At the beginning of the story, young Jiwoo is thinking in her mind that partners are never equal in a relationship. One of them wants to dominate and the other wants to be submissive. Thinking all this, she reaches her office, where her boss, young Jiwoo, introduces everyone to Mr. Perfect, who was working in the business team until now, but now he has been promoted and put in Jiwoo's PR team. Then one of Jiwoo's friends notices that Jiwoo's full name is Young. It is Jiwoo, and the name of the new employee is Young Jiho. Both the names are very similar. People were going to get very confused. After this, Jiwoo points out to her boss that the YouTuber you want to promote our company through is not right. Actually, he was extremely controversial because he had made some ridiculous comments about girls, hence hated Jiwoo him. But she was saying this with a lot of aggression, so her boss was not liking what she was saying. But the same thing when Young explains to him comfortably, he understands, due to which Jiwoo gets impressed by Young. But there were some other girls along with her who had liked Young, and they were looking for an excuse to talk to him, while Jiwoo was sitting at a distance and watching him. When he himself comes to talk to her, she talks to him very rudely, due to which her friend later explains to her that if you talk so rudely to the boy in whom you are interested, then how will he understand that you like her? You should have talked to him lovingly. After this, Jiwoo goes home and tells everything to her mom. Then her mom explains to her that look, even though he is showing his interest in you by smiling at you, but even without forgetting your feelings, you should propose first. When she does, the boys lose interest in her. On this, Jiwoo says, Mom, isn't it only you? Now that the times have changed, girls can also propose. Then her mom explains that no matter how modern the times are, whatever happens, this thing is not going to work. The next day, Young goes to the office to receive his parcel. There he comes to know from the security guard that due to similar names, there has been some confusion, and he has given Young's parcel to Jiwoo. On hearing this, Young's condition worsens, and he runs to Jiwoo, but by now Jiwoo had opened the parcel. Actually, there was a collar lace in the parcel that was used for wrong work, but Young starts making excuses. That's it. This is for my dog. Jiwoo says that these laces are too big for a dog. Then Young says that yes, my dog is very fat and healthy. Saying this, Young was thinking that I am saved. But then the parcel box falls and the coupon code falls out of it. There was an image in the coupon in which a collarless was around a girl's neck and a boy was pulling its chain, due to which the atmosphere becomes quite awkward. Young runs away with his parcel and does not dare to make eye contact with Jiwoo again because he is afraid of what Jiwoo might be thinking about me. He talks to one of his online friends about this, and from him he gets to know about it. It is said that something similar had happened once in his company also, due to which the boy was fired from the job. On the other hand, Jiwoo is out for a walk after dinner, and she sees a store near her house where to do wrong work. Wrong things are being sold. Jiwoo stops and starts looking at them, which leads to strange thoughts in her mind that Young is doing all those things to her, which makes Jiwoo feel a little strange because wearing a turtleneck dress also makes one feel uncomfortable, so wearing a band around the neck will not be possible. Then her mother sees her standing outside the store and starts asking her, if you want it, I can get it for you. Because Jiwoo starts feeling shy, she somehow avoids her mother's words. The next day, Young had come to the office toy room for some work, and then Jiwoo also came there. Seeing her coming, Young hides himself with a big toy head. Seeing him, Jiwoo comes to check who it is, but in the process, he bumps here and there and falls, due to which he gets hurt. Seeing this, Jiwoo takes him to the hospital. After this, both of them sit alone and talk. Young says thank you to Jiwoo. Then he says that you have kept the lace issue a secret till now. If this matter had come to light in the office, it would have caused a lot of trouble. Then he misunderstands Jiwoo's canniness, that she has kept the matter a secret because she is also interested in doing the wrong thing in the wrong way, after which Young pleadingly says, please make me your dog. There is no need to be soft with me, rather, you can dominate me, all this. Hearing this, Jiwoo understands that Young is submissive, that is why he had ordered those laces not to tie them around any girl's neck but to tie them around his neck, after which she immediately makes it clear to him that she is not at all interested in all this. After this, he keeps some distance from Jiwoo so that she does not feel uncomfortable, but due to this, Young feels that Jiwoo has started considering him a jerk, hence she is ignoring me. Thinking all this, he starts crying in the parking area, and when Jiwoo sees him in this situation, he cries and tells her that I had told only my girlfriend Hannah about this fantasy of mine, after which she left me, and now, you are also ignoring me. I was recently transferred from the business team to the PR team. I will not be transferred to another team so soon. Then Jiwoo tells the truth to him. It is not that I am judging you, but I do not want to make you uncomfortable. Now knowing this, Young again becomes more comfortable and asks Jiwoo to become his master, for which she flatly refuses, after which he says sorry and leaves from there. The next day, Jiwoo notices in the office that some girls are flirting with Young, due to which she feels very jealous. She calls Young in the lounge area and says that I am not ready to become your master, but I also want to experience this thing once. Then she blindfolds his eyes and makes him sit on a chair, after which she asks him why you want to make me your master, to which she replies by saying that you are very mature and strict with you. I feel safe in front of you. I really want to become a child. Hearing all this, Jaiwoo gets a little horny. She wants to touch him but stops herself. After this, she goes to do her work. She gets very late while working, and all the people in the office go home. When Jaiwoo leaves to go home, she notices that it is raining outside and Young is waiting for her like a puppy with an umbrella. This melts her heart, and she agrees to become his master. This makes Young happy, but he was also afraid that Jaiwoo might change her mind tomorrow. Then Jaiwoo says that if you hold the umbrella well and do not let me get wet in the rain, then I will not change my mind. And meanwhile, Jaiwoo realizes that she herself is dominant. She likes to give commands, and Young is submissive. He likes to follow orders. After going home, she watches videos and learns how to become a good master. After this, she sets rules for Young. He will not call her by her name, otherwise, she will punish him. In the video, it was told that the master should keep punishing and complimenting his submissive partner on a regular basis and should give her gifts to get attached to him. Hence, she gifted him glasses, and says that whenever you need a command, or this, and then she makes him endure a contract paper according to which their game will end after 3 months. After this, both of them go to a hotel room where Jaiwoo puts a leash around Young's neck and then treats him like a real dog. Everything was going well, but then they start hearing a couple's voice from the adjacent room, which triggers Young, who is still dressed as a dog, and due to which Young starts barking. Due to which the couple complains to the hotel management, and they come to check their room, due to which the situation becomes quite awkward, and they have to leave from there. The next day, Young takes Jaiwoo to a private restaurant, and gives her a birthday surprise. Actually, Jaiwoo's birthday was yesterday, but Young wanted to celebrate her birthday first, so he had arranged for cake a day before the birthday. He gives her a red pointed heel as a birthday gift and then, with his own hands, makes her wear it, which makes Jaiwoo feel very confident. After this, she hurts Young's shoulder with her heel. Young smiles. Seeing this, she crushes him under her heel, which makes Young feel very good. After coming home, Young looks in the mirror at the wounds that Jaiwoo had given him with her heels, while Jaiwoo was also imagining Young on her bed. The next day, a new employee, Han, enters the office, whom Jaiwoo is entrusted with training. Young gets jealous after seeing her spending more time with Han than him, but he doesn't say anything. At night, he goes to the hotel room with Jaiwoo again, where Jaiwoo melts candles on Young's body, due to which Young enjoys a lot, after which a few days pass like this. During the day, Young feels jealous in the office because of Han. At night, he experiences new things in the hotel room with Jaiwoo, but after a few days, when both of them are alone in the office, he is unable to control his jealousy and talks to Jaiwoo about this. Now Jaiwoo wanted to punish him because he should not have mixed personal and professional things, so she asked him to take it off his belt, and then she scared him by tying his hands with tape and hitting him hard with the belt on the table. She also tells him to trust his master, which scares Young and also excites him. He says that you can actually beat me and also abuse me because I have committed a mistake. After hearing this, she gets lost in thought for a while, and then she abuses him a lot. After this, even in office work, she insults him completely by finding fault with him, pulls off his tie and shirt, and Young was enjoying all this. Even the Jaiwoo were having a lot of fun with all this. After this, as usual, one day after hurting Young, Jaiwoo was applying ointment on his wounds, then a call comes on Young's phone from his ex Hannah. Then Jaiwoo says that you are still in touch with him, then Young says I will stay from now on. The next day, while doing morning walk, Jaiwoo meets Huyak, who likes Jaiwoo's friend Hami, but Hami had no idea about it, so she dates the other boys. That's why Jaiwoo tells Huyak that if you don't tell her that you like her, how will she know? On the other hand, Hannah calls Young again. This time he picks up the call. Hannah says that she wanted to meet him, but Young says that today is the weekend and I have to meet someone else, so I can't meet you. After this, he goes on a date with Jaiwoo, where Jaiwoo handcuffs his and her hands. They were going to spend the whole day like this. Young was not able to eat with one hand, so she feeds him with her own hands, takes care of him like a child, and then asks him about dating him for real, but he refuses. On the other hand, Jaiwoo's friend Hami had also come on a date with a boy nearby. The boy wants to take her to the hotel room and force himself on her, then she somehow calls Jaiwoo, and then, on the pretext of talking to her date, she tells her location to Jaiwoo. But Jaiwoo doesn't understand anything. She asks why you are saying all this, and Hami's date hears this, and then Hami's screaming comes. Hearing this, Jaiwoo quickly runs towards that hotel in fear. She was facing a lot of problems due to the handcuffs, but they had already decided that no matter what happens, they will not take it off, so now she is not going to take it off. But when they reach there, they see that Hami has tied up the boy, and she is absolutely fine. She scares the boy and leaves from there, but on the way she cries a lot. Then Jaiwoo takes care of her, but she feels restless at night thinking that Young has refused to date her for real and there is only a week left for this agreement date to end, while on the other hand, Young is worried about his ex. He remembers when he told Hannah that he was submissive, then Hannah got angry at him. She did not want to use those toys while being close. She felt that Young must be having some childhood trauma, so he should go to a psychiatrist. Due to which she left Young, so now he was afraid of dating Jaewoo. The next day, after Young's rejection, Jaewoo tells her friend Hami. At the same time, Huyak approaches Hami for a date, but she refuses him. There is an awkward silence between Jaewoo and Young in the office. Both wanted to talk to each other but were not able to. Similarly, a week passes and their agreed-upon relationship is about to end. So Jaewoo confronts him from the front. She approaches to do the last play. The next day, Young was waiting for Jaewoo at his home by cooking. When the doorbell rings, he quickly opens the door, but it was not Jaewoo but Hannah, who was drunk. It was because she had a breakup with her present boyfriend, and now she had come to tell her grief to Young. But innocent Young was very scared that if Jaewoo saw her at my house, she would get angry, so she quickly brought him there. Say asks her to leave, which makes Hannah angry, and she throws the food cooked by Young and leaves from there. But Jaewoo sees her while leaving the room. She goes inside and asks Young if everything is okay between you two. Young then tells Jaewoo that there is nothing like that. After this, Jaewoo and Young start their last play. Jaewoo ties his hands and slaps him and says that this is our last play. So whatever you want to do it today itself, so that there will be no regrets tomorrow. On hearing this, Young kisses her, due to which Jaewoo gets scared and leaves from there. The next day, when Young comes to the office, Young comes to know that Jaewoo is not feeling well. Hence, she has taken leave for a few days. Jaewoo's mother takes care of her, and she recovers within a few days. On the other hand, while working at the office, Jaewoo's intern Han listens to an audio on Jaewoo's computer, which he makes viral in the office group in which Jaewoo and Young are together. That night, we were doing role play in the office. Due to this, the office management got very angry. It is often told to the people that in front of us, she used to act like a very simple girl, and after everyone left, she used to do all this with Young among themselves. People start talking about different kinds of things, which Jaewoo finds quite disconcerting. However, Young was also scolded, but he is not scolded as much as Jaewoo. Young wants to talk to Jaewoo, but she was not receiving his calls, so he reaches her house and says sorry because it was because of him that Jaewoo was facing so much embarrassment today. The next day, a discipline committee is set up, and in front of everyone, that audio is played. Those people start discussing the way of their role play, which doesn't seem right to Jaewoo at all. She says that we have broken the office rule, now give us whatever punishment is required, but there is no need to discuss the things of our private lives. But still those people were not listening. They say a lot of bad things to Jaewoo, saying that you are a lady during the day and become a vam at night. Hearing all this, Young can't stop himself and says in front of everyone that all this is my fault. I did it. Initially, I just wanted to be punished by Jaewoo, but now I love Jaewoo, so I don't want to hear a single word against her. Then he holds Jaewoo's hand and brings her outside the office, where both of them agree to date for real. Later it is revealed that there was a recording device in Han's pen with the help of which he had heard Jaewoo and Young's conversation, so they somehow take his pen, in which many other employees of the office have secrets, and they were made viral in the office group, due to which all of them were suspended. Now, good people were needed to work in the office, hence, as a punishment, Jaewoo and Young were asked to run the work with fewer team members. Now Jaewoo and Young's problem had been solved. On the other hand, Hami had also realized the importance of Huyak, so she asked him out on a date, to which he happily agreed, whereas Jaewoo and Young were taking the relationship to a new level, and at the same time, they also continued to play their role. With this the story ends here.